Other things besides food that you can do to handle the weather stress. Before showering, you can rub your body with massage oil or sesame oil or even olive oil. And you do this before you shower so that it locks in the moisture, and when you take your shower it's moisturizing the skin. Sometimes soaps and the water treatments in our water can dry out the skin, and this will prevent the skin from drying out. You can finish your shower by stepping out of the spray, turning the water to cool, not cold, but just cool, and then rinse off in cool water or lukewarm water, starting with your feet, legs, hands, and arms to improve circulation and detoxification, and it also helps you get acclimated to the cooler weather. But you always want to start with your feet and hands and work toward your heart instead of just jumping whole hog into the cool water. Walk your dog every day, even if you don't have one. Get outside, even for a few minutes, for some fresh air every day, even if that just means stepping outside your front door and just standing there. Keep your house as clean as possible and use non-toxic cleaners. Remember, you're going to be indoors a lot during the winter months, and you don't want a lot of toxic chemicals filling the house. So it's important to use non-toxic cleaners if you can. As for your mental health, you can try these tips. Make a good things list every night. This is where you write a list of everything good that's happened, or everything that you're thankful for that day. And you do that every night before you go to bed. And when you do that, it's going to reprogram your brain to start looking for the good things in your day-to-day life. And also, it ends your night on a good note so that you tend to sleep better and might have less insomnia. Breathe. I mean, really breathe. Most of us are just going through our days breathing very shallowly. So when you start feeling like you're getting stressed, take a deep breath, then let it out. The letting it out part is the important part, because a lot of us aren't exhaling fully. So be sure to just let that breath out. Exhale as fully as you can. And then you can take another deep breath and let that out. And then if you just breathe, you'll notice that your body starts relaxing a little bit. You can control your heart rate and a lot of your stress levels just by controlling your breath and your breathing rate. Plan for everything to take extra time. One cause of wintertime stress is just not preparing for the fact that the weather is just going to make everything take longer. You've got to wear more clothes, you got to get the car scraped off, travel time's more difficult, the buses might not be running on time. So just plan for everything to take extra time. Schedule a little bit less into your day so that you have more time to get what you do need to do done. Get some kind of exercise every day. I can't stress that enough. I mean, everybody's in a different place about what they are able to handle as far as exercise because of their health. But find out what is appropriate for you and then get it. Get some exercise every day. It keeps your lymph fluid moving, it keeps your circulation moving. It's really wonderful. Have an emergency kit assembled and ready to go before an accident or a storm occurs. You can go online or you can contact FEMA and you can get a list of items, or the Red Cross will have a list of items of things to keep in an emergency kit so that it's always ready in case the power goes out, if there's a big ice storm and people can't travel and the weather and the lights are out, the electricity's out, the gas is down, something. You know, whatever is happening that's preventing you from being able to do your normal day-to-day activities, you want to have an emergency kit handy so that you have the basic necessities to get you through until emergency workers can get to you or can get your power back on, get the leaks fixed, whatever needs to happen. Now for the stressors that we do have control over. Let's take a look at that ever-expanding to-do list. We have control over what we put on our to-do list. So I would encourage you to take a look at your to-do list and say what really needs to happen and what will be okay if someone else does that. Maybe delegate to someone else, or if everybody you know has too big of a to-do list, just make a decision that it's going to be okay if this doesn't get done today, and just make that to-do list shorter so that you're not stressing. You have the power to make that decision. Let's not forget about all the other items on your personal stress list. Maybe you're having trouble making ends meet, especially this time of year. Maybe you have a family member who's going through a particularly rough time. Maybe there's strain in your relationships with your family or your friends. Whatever stress is on your list, particularly those that overwhelm your attempts to manage them, we're going to practice a technique for those as well. So it's called triangle breathing. So what I want you to do is how you would normally do it. So first, just watch me, is you would take 4 breaths in, 4 count breath in, hold it for 4 counts, and then exhale for 5 counts. But you may be so stressed that you're not at a point where you can do the 4, 4, and 5. So start out with trying 2, 2, and 3. So inhale for 2 counts, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000. Hold for 2 counts, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000. Then exhale for 3 counts, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. So let's try that again. Inhale, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000. Hold, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000. Exhale, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. And just try that up to 10 times, 10 breath rotations, doing triangle breathing. You can actually go on a website called Do As One, and you can do triangle breathing along with a guide online. Other ways of managing stress, sometimes people get so stressed that they feel sick to their stomach. So if you're starting to feel nausea, there are things that you can do to kind of manage that. Or if you're having headaches, there are things that you can do to manage that. So if you're starting to feel getting so stressed you feel nauseous, one thing is to bend over at the waist and get your head as low as you can. So trying to get your head lower than your heart, if you're able to do that with your range of mobility, that can help with nausea. There's also some acupressure points that you can learn that can deal with nausea. That would be a topic for another video though. Headaches, if you give yourself headaches, one thing that you can do is just some self-massage. Sometimes the headaches are caused by tension in these neck muscles, so doing some self-massage or getting a friend to massage these neck muscles can release the tension and allow your headache to go away. Another option is also with acupressure, is that you have the webbing in between your thumb and your forefinger. So if you press into that webbing and rub in a circle, just push in and rub, that's an acupressure point that can help with headaches sometimes. Sometimes our stress is dealing with difficult people, and that is a whole other topic of conversation, a whole other video that I could do just on dealing with difficult people. But you can also find lots of books about how to deal with difficult people and information online for that as well. So I could definitely keep talking forever, but I think this gives you enough information that perhaps you've learned a few coping skills for how to manage the stress that you can't control, and hopefully you can be empowered to take control of some of the stressors that you can control. And I hope that you have a wonderful fall and winter, and that you can focus on all the things that are wonderful about this time of year. Have a good day.